The Ludovisi Gaul, also called the Galatian Suicide, is a dramatic Roman marble group, now in Rome, showing a Gallic warrior plunging a sword into his chest as he holds his dying wife. Scholars date the lost Greek bronze original to about 230 to 220 BCE, a trophy of Pergamon's Attalus, the first after he defeated Galatian tribes in Anatolia. Roman collectors later brought the marble copy to Italy. It first appears in the Villa Ludovisi inventory in 1623, ensuring its survival into the modern era. The statue vividly captures the final moments of defeat and self-sacrifice. The Gaul's body is twisting, tense with action, even as he drives the sword into himself. His fallen wife collapses limply at his side. This intense scene is portrayed in idealized Hellenistic style. The figure's anatomy is strikingly lifelike, their emotions boldly expressed. The warrior's face, in particular, bears a fierce, resolute expression, a testament to courage even in the face of imminent death. Though he is defeated, the sculptor emphasizes his dignity and physical power, inviting admiration rather than scorn. In short, this is not a debased or comic portrayal of a barbarian enemy, but a heroic one, emphasizing strength and will, even in defeat. The group is one of a pair of famous Hellenistic works, with the dying Gaul, erected by King Attalus, the first of Pergamon after his victories over the Galatians in the early 3rd century BCE. Roman author Pliny notes that the Pergamenes commissioned such sculptures, by the sculptor Epigonus, to commemorate their triumph. In these original monuments, dying Gallic warriors were depicted not as cartoonish monsters, but as worthy foes. The Pergamenes thus celebrated not only their own victory, but also the greatness of the conquered enemy. The marble copy in Rome keeps this spirit. Although made in a later era, it faithfully preserves the Hellenistic style and subject. Found in the gardens of Rome's Villa Ludovisi in the 17th century, it is now in the National Roman Museum, a prized example of the Pergamene school's dramatic artistry. The sculpture's power lies in its carefully crafted gestures, expressions, and attire. Key features include the warrior's posture and gesture. The Gallic warrior stands with one leg forward and the other braced back, creating a tense, dynamic pose as he leans into the act of self-stabbing. His right hand clutches the sword, which pierces his own chest in a bold, vertical thrust. This dramatic gesture, the very moment of suicide, is central to the composition. The figure's muscles are taut and straining, not only from the act of plunging the sword, but also from supporting his wife's weight. Every sinew is carved in relief, emphasizing the effort and agony of the moment. The facial expression, the warrior's face is carved with strong Hellenistic realism. His brows are furrowed, mouth set, eyes gazing upward, an expression that suggests fierce resolve rather than panic or despair. Notably, he has a pronounced mustache and deeply tousled hair, distinctive barbarian traits in Hellenistic iconography. In Greek and Roman art of the time, regular citizens and heroes were usually clean-shaven, so the beard and wild hairstyle mark him as Gallic. The only garment on the man is a short cloak thrown over his shoulders, its folds fluttering behind him as if caught in motion. This cape is traditionally Gallic in style. Unlike a Roman toga or Greek himation, it fastens at the throat and leaves most of the body exposed. The dramatic sweep of the cloak's carving adds to the sense of movement. In contrast, the wife is wrapped in a heavy drapery that covers much of her body. Her garment's elaborate folds suggest a status of dignity, and they shroud her form as she collapses to the ground. The sword itself is important iconography. It appears as a short Roman-style gladius, but here it doubles as a symbolic tool, an act of self-sacrifice rather than aggression. The Gaul's wife is rendered semi-upright, supported by the warrior's grasping left hand. Her head lolls back and her limbs hang utterly limp, conveying that life has already fled. Unlike the warrior, her face shows no tension or resolve. It is serene but lifeless. She wears a long, enveloping cloak with many folds, more ample than the warrior's cape. Her knees rest on the ground, feet pointed downward, emphasizing her collapse. The sculptor treated her with the same idealized beauty as her husband, yet her posture and expression signal her death. The juxtaposition, a dynamic man struggling even as he kills himself, and a quietly defeated woman already turned to stone, intensifies the tragedy. Together, these elements narrate a clear story. The warrior's muscular body and uplifted pose show action and continuing life, whereas the woman's limp form and drooping garments embody passivity and death. The scene's content, a warrior killing himself and possibly the woman, carries deep symbolic meaning. In the ancient world, suicide to avoid capture or enslavement was often viewed as courageous and honorable, especially for defeated enemies. Enslavement or execution was considered a worse humiliation than death. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe so you won't miss new ones.